Hey folks, it's Stephen Mitchell with Felix Mahone Productions, and I hope you're enjoying our podcast, Highway to Home, Rebel's Redemption. Let's get right into episode 4 and listen as Rebel brings us up to date. And as always, please share and subscribe.
Hey folks, welcome back to episode 4, Highway to Home, Rebel's Redemption, Saints on the Ridge. Last ride, the battle for Rebel's soul between God and Satan heated up. Rebel survived a gun battle and a heart attack that put him in the hospital. While recovering, he learns the club's plan exploded. The Serpents hit back hard, many of his brothers are wounded and dead. Now the Blue Ridge Mountains seem heavier, with the law already checking on him while he's recovering from his heart attack. But in a panic, Rebel wants to flee. The excitement causes a second heart attack. Will he recover? Let's ride the narrow road together as the battle continues to rage. Rebel, my son, breathe easy now. I'm right here with you in this pain. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If you'll just hear my voice and open up, I'll come in and sit down with you. We'll share a meal together, and I'll give you peace the world can't touch. Look up, child. Those pearly gates are shining brighter than any sunrise breaking over these ridges. No more running, no more blood on your hands, no more chains weighing you down. I got a place ready where every tear gets wiped away and the light never fades. You felt the pull before. Now's the time to answer. My light scatters every shadow. The enemy throws every lie. Darkness whispers, trust in me with all your heart. I'm still calling your name, son. Unlock that door. Rebel, if the Father grants you another breath, don't squander it on the old crooked road. Pray and talk to him like he's the only one who's ever truly known your name. Open that hardened heart and ask for forgiveness. He's waiting with arms wide open. The enemy sends darkness to confuse, but God's mercy rises fresh every morning. Pray, son, pray while God stands at the door and knocks.
take this breath of life from the Lord.
I woke up gasping in that cold hospital bed after the second heart attack. Monitors were beeping steady again, and the doctor stepped back like they'd just witnessed something they couldn't explain. My chest still burned something fierce, but I was breathing, alive when, to be honest, I probably had no right to be. Felt like the Lord reached down and gave me another chance for a reason, even if I couldn't see what that reason was yet. Through all the pain and fear, I just stared around that hospital room at the doctors and nurses. It all seemed surreal, like I was watching a movie. Ears were ringing, and the people in the room, their voices seemed faint and distant. The steady beep of the heart monitor began to grow louder.
I closed my eyes, trying to understand what happened.
For the first time since I was a barefoot little boy kneeling by my mama's bed,
I prayed silently.
the words came out slow and clumsy.
Lord, if you're there,
Thank you for not letting me go yet.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this second chance,
But show me, please. That soft voice of that angel
speaking after hearing God's voice.
still echoed brighter than those hospital lights,
It felt like a real heavenly messenger
breaking through the darkness.
that's been chasing me for years.
God's voice cut right through it all and brought a warmth and peace.
I hadn't felt since childhood.
For the first time I started to understand,
The real battle
wasn't just with the serpents or the club,
it was a spiritual war.
for my very soul.
I think I was about ready
To start following Jesus. Jesus, I will follow you. 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 No matter what the devil may say or do, no matter what the devil may say or do, I'm gonna keep on trusting, keep
keep on trusting. Keep on trusting you.
Jesus, I believe in you. Jesus, I believe in you. No matter what the devil may say or do. No matter what the devil may say or do. I'm gonna keep on trusting. Keep on trusting. Keep on trusting you. Jesus, I will wait on 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 you. No matter what the devil may say or do. No matter what the devil may say or do. I'm gonna keep on trusting. Keep on trusting. Keep on trusting you. Jesus, I will follow you. Jesus, I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow you. After a few days laying in that bed, doctors told me what I already knew. I was given a second chance. Little did they know, it was probably my 6th or 7th chance. My service to the Blackthorn Brotherhood for the past 15 years was not without its close calls. I've been shot, stabbed, beat, damn near overdosed a few times. It's a rough life and pain is just part of it. The federal agent walked in the room while I was eating. As soon as I saw that badge, I knew it was probably time to pay the piper. He pulled up a chair next to the bed and introduced himself to me. Told me he was Federal Agent Mac Donaldson from the alcohol, tobacco and firearms, and he had a few questions. Asked me how I was feeling, like he really gave a shit. Told him I'd seen better days.
He wasted no time telling me about the clubhouse bombing.
He knew everything he knew about Charlotte.
The Serpents, the boss's plan.
He spelled it out like he had been riding with the Blackthorns himself. Only thing he didn't know was why. Why did the boss want the Blackthorns to battle with the Serpents?
He knew about the chainsaw holler incident.
Said that's what brought him down in the first place. The way he spoke about it, though, he had no idea who was involved with that.
He just seemed more concerned with the battle
and retaliation bombing for the moment. I just played stupid. but knew I had to give them something to bide some time. I admitted to riding with the brothers to Charlotte, but said I had no idea why. He told me the club president was killed in the bombing along with 22 brothers. At first, that news slowed down my thoughts. I just stared out that hospital window for a moment. I felt nothing. He just told me the boss and 22 of my brothers were dead. Yet I felt nothing inside. He said he would have more questions for me after I recovered. And when released, it would be best for me to act like a casual observer and just hang around. They finally let me out of that hospital. I rode back to the clubhouse alone on my bike. The place was a ruined shell. Charred timbers still smoking from the explosion. The serpents caused yellow caution tape flapping in the mountain breeze like funeral ribbons. No brothers around. Just shell casings scattered everywhere. And that heavy smell of burnt wood and regret hanging thick in the air. I stood there in the silence, boots crunching on the debris, trying to make sense of it all. The president's plan was supposed to be clean and final. Instead, everything went sideways. Good brothers dead or wounded, the club fractured worse than ever. If there still was a club. The law was sniffing around, asking everyone questions while I was still recovering. I kept asking myself, was it betrayal from inside?
Bad luck?
Or something darker?
Demonic forces stirring in the shadows,
feeding on all the violence and pulling us deeper.
The air felt thick,
like unseen enemies were gathering close,
just waiting to see
which way I'd turn next. I still felt weak from the heart attack, and laying in that hospital bed for so long, I got back on my bike and headed toward my home.
All I wanted was to clean up,
grab some clothes and get away for a few days.
I knew I was probably being watched.
I was hesitant about going to my patch,
but I really had nowhere else to go.
I had a little money stashed there
and would need it.
I scoped out the area
and watched my place from a distance.
No signs of anything out of the ordinary.
When I walked inside,
there was shit laying everywhere.
Search warrant, I assumed.
Or maybe the serpents paid a visit.
Either way,
it gave me an uneasy feeling. Needed to sit down for a minute and collect my thoughts. that other voice came in, loud and clear. Well now, rebel, look who dragged his sorry hide back from the brink. I'll let your club brothers bleed out in that pathetic clubhouse burned to ashes. Why? Because y'all didn't offer me a proper sacrifice before riding into that fight. Blood always demands blood, boy. You went and leaned on your own understanding instead of acknowledging me in all your ways. And that's why your paths got twisted and broke. His book says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. But who's your Lord these days, rebel? Me. Remember that Bible camp fairy tale of how I came to the so-called Son of God himself when he was hungry in the wilderness? If you really are the Son of God, I said, command these stones be made bread. Turn that hard rock into soft, warm bread right now. Satisfy that fleshly hunger quick and easy. He turned me down, talking about living on every word from God's mouth instead of bread alone. But you ain't him, boy! You're a man with real hunger burning in your gut. The hunger for payback against those serpents, for respect from what's left of your brothers, for the raw power and pleasures this life can give. Turn those stones of regret and weakness into bread, boy. Feed that flesh! Take the violent job from what's left of the club they're fixing to lay before you. A little blood spilled, a little power tasted. It'll fill you right up and quiet those lying angels of doubt. Acknowledge me, and I'll make your crooked path straight again. Straight to strength, straight to the life a man like you craves. I prowl these ridges through the mountains like a roaring lion, seeking who I can devour. And right now, I see plenty of fight left in you. When you see those strange lights flickering on the ridge, know they're mine too. Signs marking the path for men who choose the flesh over the spirit. Stick with the club. Prove your loyalty to the only one who really understands a man with your kind of appetite. And I'll keep the real darkness from swallowing you whole. Turn toward that narrow road the angels keep whispering about. And my angels will welcome you permanent like. Your choice, son. But we both know which road satisfies the flesh. Still pounding from the hospital glow. Brothers laid out, the clubhouse in flames. Law dogs circling, calling calling out my name. Wind in my face, but the air feels wrong. Something's watching where the shadows belong. I see them dancing, cold and blue, flickering lies on the ridge so true. They whisper sweet, they call my name, promising power, promising gain. Lights on the ridge, they're calling me, promising freedom, but I can't see. Feeding the hunger, turning stone to bread. One more taste and I'll wind up dead. Lights on the ridge, they shine so bright, but they ain't the morning star, they're the dead of night. Good versus evil right here in my chest. Lord, help me choose which road is best. Flesh is screaming, just one more ride. Payback sweet like the devil's pride. Empty bottle, empty soul, running on regret. Every mile I ride just deepens the death. Those lights keep moving, never standing still, leading me deeper against my will. They glow like fire, but they're cold as sin, pulling me under where the lost begins. Saying, eat boy, satisfy your need, but every bite just makes me bleed. Lights on the ridge, they're calling me, promising freedom, but I can't see. Feeding the hunger, turning stone to bread. One more taste and I'll wind up dead. Lights on the ridge, they shine so bright, but they ain't the morning star, they're the dead of night. Good versus evil right here in my chest. Lord, help me choose which road is best. I hear two voices in the mountain wind. One says come home, the other says sin. One offers life, the other chains I can't see. Lord, I'm caught between what used to be and what could be. Lying, but something brighter keeps on trying. Lights on the ridge, you won't own me tonight. I'm tired of running, tired of the fight. Good versus evil, tearing up my soul. Jesus, take the wheel and make me whole. Lights on the ridge, lights on the ridge, lights on the ridge, fading in the dark, but the real light still calling from my heart. There I was, that voice of flesh screaming in my ear, messing with my head. The palm of my hands gripping my face as I rocked back and forth on that couch. I just wanted to scream, leave me the hell alone. I just wanted it to stop. I realized something though. What did that dark voice mean? Since I got released from the hospital, I ain't seen no brothers. What job were they gonna lay before me? I know I'm not going crazy. Even if I did see any brothers, how would it know they were going to offer me a job? I could open my eyes and see no one was around me when I'd hear that voice. Just like when I felt the calming voice calling my name. Is it all just in my head? Hell, maybe I'm going insane. Up until this point in my life, I always turn to that crystal ball wrapped in plastic to calm my head and keep me thinking straight now. I know firsthand that shit was part of the reason I was laid up in that hospital bed nearly dead. But it started clawing at me,
reaching deep into my soul.
I fought it for a minute, but it was just too strong. I
Hid it out to my shed,
where I kept some of it hidden.
the shed was in disarray like the house.
Nothing, I couldn't find anything.
Some folks call it fiending.
Never really put too much thought into that.
Like I might have some addiction.
I was too strong, too tough for anything to control me. That word addiction made me reflect back to that traveling preacher I met at the Overlook.
Said his wife wrote that song he sang.
Jesus is the answer. When he was struggling with addiction,
He looked nothing like a man.
who would have struggled with an addiction? Just an old farmer type guy. Made me think,
How many other folks around me struggle?
no dope. I headed toward that one spot on the Overlook where I knew I could clear my head, or hoped I could. The higher I got to the peak, the mountain stretched out dark and heavy below me.
I parked my bike and sat down on that rock.
I must have drifted off, because I slipped into a vivid dream.
Strange lights flickered way off in the distance.
But brighter still was the clash happening inside me.
Maria's tearful face,
My daddy preaching from the old family Bible,
that traveling preacher with fire in his eyes.
and the soft glow of the angel
Demonic whispers,
kept pulling me toward more blood,
and the same old violent life.
while God's truth offered something clean and free. I could barely remember.
The battle raged like thunder, rolling through the hollow.
One side fed the old hunger,
The other satisfied the soul deeper than anything I'd ever known.
the weight of it all pressed heavy on my chest,
But it felt like both heaven
and hell were waiting to see which voice I'd finally answer. When I woke up, it was daylight. I slept the whole night on that rock at the Overlook. I felt calm and at peace, but within minutes, my hands started to shake. My whole body started to shake. The dope just kept flowing through my mind. Every time I inhaled through my nose, I was picturing a line of speed going up it. It started to feel uncontrollable, like I had to have it. And I had to have it now. I got on my bike. Instead of heading back toward home, I headed toward Gatlinburg. I knew an old boy who could make this all go away. It was pulling me and I had to go, no matter what.
I had to get a fix.
I put some fire in those wires of that stereo. headed down to the other side. Down the blacktop, daylight wind in my face. Started out just chasing freedom, now I'm chained to crystal waste. One little hit in the clubhouse, thought I was king of the ride. Now my handshake on the handlebars, got the devil riding by my side. Fiending, fiending, can't outrun this hunger in my veins. Running from the good Lord's mercy, straight into the devil's flames. Outlaw heart beating heavy, soul slipping into the night. Mother's calling, I'm a falling, chasing evil with all my might. Face fades in the rear view, demons start to cheer. Sold my honor for a glass pipe, traded everything I hold dear. Struggling every mile I travel, sweating shadows on my skin. The fiend inside won't let me rest, it's killing me from within. Eerie banjo plucking demons, fiddle crying like a lost soul. Heavy metal steel guitar screaming, mandolin weeping in the cold. I can feel the good light calling, but I twist that throttle wide. Riding hard toward the darkness, leaving righteousness behind. Fiending, fiending, can't outrun this hunger in my veins. Running from the good Lord's mercy, straight into the devil's flames. Outlaw heart beating heavy, soul slipping into the night. Method's calling, I'm a falling, chasing evil with all my might. Lord, if you're listening up yonder, this old biker's lost his way, but I still got one more mile left. Maybe I'll turn around someday. Yeah, maybe I'll turn around someday. I hit that parkway in downtown Gatlinburg. It was crowded, traffic backed up past a few other bikers, mostly citizens. Your everyday dad that only dreams of being able to ride free with a club. Even most lawmen who ride with a club really want that feel of being part of outlaw life. They think it's freedom, like I always thought it was. It's just some fantasy world they got built up in their mind. If they saw 1% of what I've seen lived, well, that's a 1%er's life. The rest are just 99ers. Regardless, my body was needing some fire in my veins, and it was time to start looking. Pulled into a bar where we used to socialize downtown. Nothing but minivans and RVs in the parking lot. Place sure has changed. Sat down at the bar and ordered a pitcher of beer. Figured it would hold me over till I could get what I came here for. Fine-ass bartender, young blonde-haired girl. Could tell she was flirting with me, but I ain't got time for that. Not too long ago, I would've put her on the back of my bike, took her to the clubhouse, got her juiced up and made her my mama. No clubhouse, heart attack, shaking from needing some ice. Only thing getting hard lately was staying alive. Heard some commotion going on outside. Younger kids yelling and talking shit to somebody. I walked outside to see what was going on, mainly to make sure no one was messing with my heart. There he was, that traveling preacher man, standing on the corner preaching, Jesus is the answer. Bunch of young college-aged liberal-looking shitheads wearing peace shirts and chairman Mao shirts were making fun of him, calling him names and saying things like Jesus was a fascist. He was ignoring them, but then he saw me. I walked up to him and just stood. The anger in me toward those kids was growing. I was getting pissed and he knew it. He smiled at me, said, "It's good to see you," and in a fatherly voice told me to let it go and forgive them as Jesus forgave us. I turned toward those kids and gave them a blackthorn smile. They knew I meant business, and it was in their best interest to walk away. They did. He said, "Son, let me pray with you." During that prayer, with my eyes closed out of respect for him, it was like hearing the voice of that angel that spoke to me in the hospital. Heavenly Father, I stand here with this young man, fighting a spiritual battle. I know the power of your blood, Father, and I know that your blood can make all things clean and new. I ask that you wash this man in your blood. Pour out your grace, mercy, and forgiveness upon him. No matter how powerful the devil tries to tempt and guide him away from you, I beg again for your mercy. Forgive him as you have forgiven us. Embrace him in your love as you have loved us. And give him the strength to fight the demons that surround him. For God so loved the world. I said,
For God so loved the world, Jesus.
I love you. With a whisper of I love you, I open my eyes, I swear to you. As you are sitting there listening to this right now. When I opened my eyes, he was gone. Vanished into thin air. I looked around the streets and buildings. Nothing, he was gone. I just stood there looking confused. Had I completely lost my mind? I know what I saw, who I saw, and what I heard. I looked at my hands and there was no shaking, no fiending. Just a calmness over my body. It was time to go back home. That's right, Rebel. You are losing your mind. He's messing with you, filling your head with all that nonsense. It's all a lie. The only blood that will cleanse you is the blood of those that killed your brothers. Now come back home and bring those people listening with you as we ride into episode 5. I'll be standing by, watching from those mountain ridges, boy, with my angels. Get your rest, and we'll see you soon.